What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and you are on another Geek Tech Talk Live with Jeffrey Powers. That's me. That's me. That is me. So, how you doing? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, Think Magazine, Put in a Geek, you got me. And today we're going to be talking about blue microphones. These are my favorite microphones, that USB microphones that I use for podcasting, for live streaming. I know a lot of gamers use them, and it's just an amazing little device right here. Welcome to the live stream. As we're talking about this, we got three blue microphones that I own that are right here. First of all, I want to say before anything, yes, we did get product from Blue Microphones at one point in time. I've had these microphones for a while now. And of course, all reviews are of my opinion and of Geekazine. Nobody has any editorial comments to add to it. And you can get them all right here, right now, as you go. So that is that. Let's get that out of the way. You can go over to the review, geekazine.com/review, to find out more about my review policies. All right. With that said, with that done, with that around, we've got three microphones that are great for you to get your podcast on. Hi, how you doing? And we're going to start with this one right here. This is called the Yeticaster. It is, let's pull it up. This is basically it's the Yeti microphone with a boom arm. And it has it comes with gain control. It gives you 4 pickup patterns. It's got 2 boom arm, which moves around pretty easy. 3 condensers microphones inside here. It does run 16-bit, 48 kilohertz, and is about $186. We have them right here. And for a couple of these microphones, I will be pointing into, so you can see how they work as I talk. And there'll be absolutely no post-processing. Like for this microphone, I have a little bit of dynamics into it. Allows me to make it sound as best as possible. These will not have any of that in there, so you'll be able to hear how it sounds. So this is the microphone right here. As you can see, it's a nice little articulating boom. So if you're doing a lot of podcasting, you can move it around. It's got a little bit of noise, but you just have to adjust the dials, and you can lock it into place and adjust back and lock it out of place. It's got a shock mount right here, and with this shock mount, it allows you to kind of make some tapping noises, and it still will not affect the mic as much. There will be transfer sound if you get really jittery and things like that, but it tries to reduce it as much as possible with the shock mount. And the best part is it moves around. It comes with a USB cord that's long enough to go right into the computer. And you can move this around. You can move this up. You can move this down. You can turn this over here. You can bring this back here, and just do a whole bunch of stuff with it. Let's zoom in on this microphone and take a look at it a little bit closer. As you can see, it's got a flashing red light, and that flashing red light is the mute button. Down under here is the volume button for your headphones. The headphones go underneath the unit. On the other side, let's just loosen this up so you can spin this around a little bit. On the other side, we have 4 different polar patterns. This is so if you want to talk, if you're just doing a single podcast, that's great. If you want to use this microphone as an overhead microphone, that's great. It'll work that way, stereo, and so on and so forth. And of course, a gain is up on top here if it's not working for you gain-wise. So let's bring it back over here, because this is where you talk into the microphone. So basically positioning it is pretty whatever you want to do. If you want to look like Kilroy or something like that, that's fine. If you want to bring it down and kind of have it or inch around shot, you can. If you want to take it completely out of shot, and let me think how I do this. Flip this down like this. Let's go like that, and bring this up like that. Now it's completely out of shot. And I'll show you when you have this set up in the different polar patterns. You can set it up however you want, and then have this out of shot. As a drummer, I've actually used this microphone to overhead on my drums for live stream stuff. And as a musician, the Yeti, it works perfect to put in front of an amp in using any of the many polar patterns. You can hook it up. It's USB. It's micro USB to USB cord, and of course you can try and hook it up to your PC, your Mac, and get it going. I also have this. I use this when I am in front of my keyboards as the vocal mic, and it works really well. I hook it up into Ableton Live, and I'm playing piano and I'm singing, and it does the job. What I like to do is I like to take the blue microphone and level it out like so. Bring this up and then set it to the side. So I'm not talking directly. I'm talking to the camera. I'm talking this way. And so with my wind pattern is going away, doesn't really need a wind screen on it, and you'll be able to talk. You'll get a little bit of plosives, but you put yourself just a little farther back. You don't get up close and personal with the microphone, and then you're fine. And you'll be able to talk into it without a problem. But don't take my word for it. What we're going to do is we're going to switch the microphone over to this one. We'll take it off mute so I know which one to go to. Check, 1, 2. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then, like I said, I have done absolutely no processing to it. This is what when you put it out of the box and hook it up into your computer, this is what you hear. I've got it on a standard frontal pattern, so if I talk behind here, you won't hear me as much. In fact, if I go over here, you're going to hear me a lot less than if I come over here. And of course, as I get closer to the microphone, you can hear me more. But as you notice, I'm not talking into the microphone. I'm talking on the side addressing the microphone. That way, you can still see my beautiful face. Maybe not little designer version. I don't know. But you get the idea. Now, if I change the polar pattern, let's see. Now, with this polar pattern, this is a stereo polar pattern. So I can start talking like this, and I'll move it over here, and then you'll hear me over on this side. Then I'll move it back over here. So now I can bring this. So now you'll be able to hear me, and I'll be able to get up. And I can talk around. And this is great for like binaural type recordings and things like that. People, if you have to record around like a town hall meeting or a live concert or something like that, you can have they're walking around. Then you're getting all aspects of the room. And it's not going to be the best capture quality. That's what post production will do. Is it will take care of all those bits and bells and whistles. So, and we've got the other patterns. Let's switch back to this other microphone, so it doesn't mess with your head. And we'll just change one to the other all-around pattern here. There we are right here, and you're talking. And there's a gain on here, so if it's a little bit low, we can turn up the gain. But the problem with that is it's now taking the whole room. Yeah, you can hear it's a little canny right there, but that's okay. We'll bring this back down, and we'll bring it back to our regular pattern. It's a very versatile microphone, is the bottom line. So if you're finding yourself doing more than just talking into the microphone via podcasting or something like that, there we go. Then this microphone, which costs a little bit more but is well worth it, will allow you to set it up however you need to. Like I said, on my drums, I've actually used this to mic up an overhead mic. So let's see, I'm trying to get this positioned right so you can still see me. There we go. And then we're back. Let's switch it back over. So you can do a lot of different things and bring it around. You can even kind of move it around and talk. There will be some noise as you switch it back and forth. But as you can see, there it is right there. Bring it down a little bit. the Yeticaster with its boom arm. It's the microphone, USB flavored microphone, and it's about $186, and you can get it now. Now let's switch back to the main mic. And what we're going to do is we're going to set this one to the side. And we're going to talk about these two microphones down here. If you don't need that much versatility and you know, a smaller budget, then maybe the Yeti Nano is the one for you. Here, let's switch over to the Nano, and I'm going to show you this really quick. There we go. So this is the Yeti Nano. It looks a lot like the Yeti. But what it is let's just flip over there. There we go. It is a more compact. You'll definitely can take it with you wherever you go, and it looks just like the Yeti as well. And it's got its own stand. You can take it off the stand. You can actually buy that what's called a scissors arm, and put this on the scissors arm. We could even do that. Let's do that. Let's just kind of take off the Yeti. It comes with a cool accessory, and this cool accessory allows you to connect it up in many different ways. We'll connect it up through the scissors here, but it also will allow you to connect it up onto a microphone stand. So if you got a microphone stand, I have one over there, you just put in the threads there, and then the Yeti Nano will go right there. Let's and we'll bring this here. Now this scissors arm might kick up a little bit because it's meant for the slightly heavier Yeti, although it's doing a pretty good job. All right, so there we go. We've got this microphone set up, and I think we'll show you back here on the PTZ. Let's zoom in here. There we go. As you can see, it's got a green ring. That means that it's active at this time. But then when I hit that button, it is red and lets you know that you are on mute. On the back of this thing, I don't know if I want to turn it. We'll turn it. We'll do that. On the back of this thing, you have two patterns. The regular polar, and then of course a stereo pattern to get an overall sound. Oops. There we go. Let's put it in the frame. So right now we've got it on just the single pattern, but we hit that button and now you can talk anywhere around the microphone and it'll be perfect. So let's flip it back. Now you want to hear how it sounds, don't you? I know I do. So this is the Nano, now on the Yeticaster scissor arms. Which, of course, you can get the scissor arm just as its own device. You'll be able to use this for whatever. And, of course, if you switch it, we'll make the switch. There, we've now switched it over. So now I can kind of talk in almost a lot of different directions from there. There is no gain on this microphone. It is meant, it's not meant for, higher end stuff like this Yeti is, but you do have the headphone jack, and there is a volume for the headphone jack right on the front. That little green dot that I showed you right here is also a dial. And then the headphone jack is right underneath. You'll be able to use it however you need to use it, whether you put it onto a stand like this or you leave it on the stand like this. And then transferring it over seems to be pretty straightforward. So let's go back to my headset microphone. And there we go. That was the Yeti Nano. I don't think I showed you the list here. So this is the Blue Microphone's Yeti Nano. It's got two pickup patterns. It's 24-bit, 48 kilohertz. It's got a headphone volume, a mute button, and it's around $70. So you can do that. All right. And that was the Blue Yeti Nano. Let's go to the third one here because we got the Raspberry. We like raspberries, don't we? Yes, we do. Let's take a look at the Blue Microphone's Raspberry. There we go, right there. This is even though it comes with cables for the computer, it's a great microphone for your mobile devices. So if you are doing your podcasting or your streaming from a iOS or an Android device, it will do that. All these microphones, I believe, will also connect up into as long as the USB port can do 500 milliamps out, you will be able to use these microphones to do whatever you need to do. So older iPads, older iPhones may not work that well, but it will. The newer stuff, you should be able to use these without a problem. This does 24-bit and 48 kilohertz recordings, and it's got a range of 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, which means you could use this in many different situations, from live music to podcasting, lower end voices to higher end voices. It is a great microphone for all three of them. The Raspberry has a lot of agility to it. You can put it on the stand, or once again, it comes with the mount, so you can put it onto a microphone stand or even the shock mount right there. So yeah, as you can see, that's showing with the iPhone, so you can do some quick recording from wherever you are in the world, once we'll be able to get to wherever we want to go in the world. So anyway, let's switch over here. We'll go back over here and do that. So this is the Raspberry. I don't have it hooked up to the USB. You get the idea of how the microphone goes. Let's zoom in, and it's got very similar qualities to the Yeti microphones. So we'll have the indicator light right there to say if we're on or connected or not connected. On the side, we have a headphone volume. On the other side, we have the gain for the microphone. The headphone jack is in the back, and of course USB micro right there. So you got a stand which you can set up in multiple ways. There it is upright. Let's zoom out just a touch. And then you can take this off, and like I said, just like with the Nano, you'll be able to put it onto a regular music stand or microphone stand. Easy peasy. There you go. It's small. It's compact, and it looks pretty cool too. So if you put it on, let's do that. Hold on. Get that microphone off. We'll take the clip off. All right. We got a microphone stand here, and we'll just attach it here. I love these. These are awesome because, like I said, you can do a whole bunch more on there. And look at that. So now I can use this microphone just like this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, here we are, you're here, I'm here, and we're both here. And now we have a nice microphone that will capture our voice. Side address, as I always try to do, so you don't get those plosives, and it's perfect for that. But of course, if you do have it on the table, it'll point up to your voice so you can speak into it. You won't need a pop filter for this thing, not unless you get up really close and personal to it. You won't need it. You won't need it. So as you can see, all of these microphones, and all these microphones can do that. It looks like the Yeti won't need this adapter to it if you just want to put it right onto a microphone stand, which you can easily do. And now you're ready to rock and roll, talk, have some fun, play some games, and just look like, like for instance, this could be like my Tonight Show moment, when I'm talking to a guest. They usually have a microphone like this on here. Everybody's lapelled up, and then they have a microphone that captures the overall. So now I could hook that up into a computer, and I could be talking to my guests here. So tell me about your latest movie. It's got to be an awesome movie. Yeah, awesome. Well, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to find out that album. So we'll be right back with more of The Geek Show. We can do it with this one too. So we've got the late night show wars right here. Right? I don't know. I'm babbling now. I think I'm babbling now. You think I'm babbling now? These are the three microphones. There's many different microphones. I also have one of the original Snowball microphones from Blue. because I've worked with Blue microphones for a long time, and of course I also use some of their XLR microphones, like the Ember is one of their latest ones. I got a review on that over on Geekazine. If you have any questions, you can hit me up over at Geekazine. Think Magazine Put in a Geek. I'm on all the socials. I even have a TikTok channel, so you can watch me do the is that a dance or a mamushka, or I don't know, whatever, whenever, whyever, however. You can follow me, and go ahead and like and hit the follow button. Smush the follow button, so you know when I'm back online and I'm talking about really cool stuff like the Blue Yeti microphones. You want me to review something? Let me know. If you're a brand that wants me to review something, hit me up over on geekazine@gmail.com, and we will definitely take a look at it and talk about that and go from there. So, all right. Well, thanks a lot for coming down here. We're talking about Blue Yeti microphones. Thanks to Christian for asking that question. I appreciate that. We'll be back with another Geek Tech Talk Live. So check it out shortly. Until then, well, that's interesting. Till then, you guys geek out and take care.